Traders and investors, let me provide you with gold market breakdown. The market just closed right now, and I just felt like let me give you guys something, right? Look, the first thing that we're looking at is our major high. We'll mark our major high, then we'll mark the current daily support, which is this level here, right? We'll mark the support here. Then the third thing, we'll mark our point of interest or the support and resistance zone here. This is the level where buyers and sellers meet, right? So we have our major high at this level here. Then we have our, daily support at this level here. So what I'm looking at here is something like an accumulation. When gold wants to form an accumulation, this is how it behaves, right? Especially during this April month. This is what you will see most of the time on gold, right? Now, let's pay attention. Everything within the support and resistance zone, everything within this area here, we call this area internal structure. So that's where we'll be focused on, our internal structure, right? Right now, you can see that gold has been rejecting this point of interest, right? You can see above this level, it tells us that buyers are in charge. And this is why every time when it got to that level, you can see gold pushed further up, right? Because that's an area where buyers are in charge. And currently, we can see that gold is below the structure here. And every time when gold reaches that level, you can see there's many touches there. It wants to drop down, right? Now, let's look at why does it seem like gold wants to break that structure and be above. We'll look at what happened at the bottom. The first thing that happened at the bottom here on the daily time frame, it's a beautiful double bottom at this structure here. This is a very strong bullish signal telling us that there's a high possibility that buyers will step in, which is after this we need a second confirmation, which is a change of character that happened. If you guys are paying attention, this level at 4,603, you can see where I drew my horizontal line. That's where market structure shift happened. And you can see with this big bullish pressure, it went up, reached that point of interest, came back down to retest that level where it changed the direction. Then boom, it went back up again, as you can see, to retest that point of interest, came back down to form a higher low, then went back up to break the structure, right? I know you want to see what am I talking about when I say break of structure. Look at this. If I zoom in, let me zoom in properly. Let me remove this tool. If you guys are paying attention, there was a break of structure around this level at, let's see, 4,801 right there. You can see that this level was breached. What broke this structure is this big bullish candlestick. It closed above that level. As you can see, that's a break. It's indicating a break, right? You can see close above that level because the market rejected twice at this level before it went to break. You can see this is where our wicks ended. Actually, the bodies below. All the bodies were below this structure here. As you can see, it couldn't manage to break, but only one candle managed to break the structure, which is this big bullish candle here that I'm talking about. You can see clearly, right? Now, let's remove everything and see what happened after. Immediately after this break, we got a pullback right here, this level again. Beautiful pullback. You can see all the bodies of the candle pulled back and they're above this level right now. So you can see this is the pullback here. These two bearish candlesticks, they gave us a pullback, and we can see that the current daily candle, it's bullish, it closed bullish, and there's a high possibility that gold can still push further up and break this point of interest on the daily time frame. But in order for us to see what's really happening clearly and what happened, we need to navigate towards the smaller time frame, which is the 4-hour time frame. It will give us a clean and pure price section. Now let's navigate towards the 4-hour time frame, but the first thing we need to do is to remove everything that we drew here on the daily time frame. Okay, look, give you guys a clean and simple price section. Look at what happened on Friday. If you guys are paying attention, we got a break of structure at this level here on Friday. Look, boom, right? You can see the market pumped up by giving us this strong push towards the upside, right? Then now we can see that this is a current pullback, You see, this is a pullback. So there's a high possibility that gold can reject this level and push further up again. There's a high possibility. So how do we know if gold will go back up? It's simple. We are waiting for a bullish candlestick, bullish confirmation. If we get any bullish engulfing pin bar or any rejection candle telling us that buyers are indeed ready to step in and push the market further up, we'll take our buy from here. Then definitely gold will push up and finally break this point of interest and be above this point of interest, right? And you can see the reason that gold might even go up is because if you pay attention, we have efficiency that wasn't attended. What am I talking about? Look at this. Above this area, we have this efficiency. It's a big gap that it's not attended, right? Usually the market attends efficiency. As you can see right now, currently, let's pay attention. You can see the pullback here. This is a big efficiency right here. So it's coming back to fill up this gap. You can see we had high momentum on Friday, and now it's coming back to fill up this gap. That means eventually, no matter what, it needs to come back and fill up this gap above, right? It needs to fill up this gap here. So what am I anticipating to see on Monday during the market opening? Probably a drop, probably towards this level. It covers up the full gap. Then we might see buyers stepping in. Am I sure that this will happen? I'm not sure. We're just anticipating that will happen. But we get confirmations from candlestick, any bullish candlesticks telling us that buyers are indeed in charge, right? As you can see, if you draw your trend lines, again, I love using trend lines just to mark areas. You can see if you draw the trend line, you can see that gold has been respecting the support zones, right? You can see we have this touch here, this level, we have the second touch at this level, and we have the third touch at this level, right? As long as gold is not breaking below, right? Remember last time I mentioned that gold won't break the structure here, this level, and it couldn't. If you pay attention, it couldn't break that level, right? You guys will call this a break here because of this candle fell below that level. No, this was caused due to the gap, opening gap. So it couldn't hold tight there. It had to come back a bit and retrace around this structure here and respect the trend line. Hence why you can see afterwards it pushed further up, right? It pushed further up. So this is still telling us that when we have adjusted our trend lines the way I did, it's still a valid setup, because definitely we know if the market can break below this structure here, it will be breaking the current for our support, which is this structure here. If it manages to break below this 4-hour support here, then we have a problem. We know that gold definitely it's about to melt further and further down. Do you understand? This is what we anticipate it will happen. But if it comes back tomorrow on a Monday, for example, it comes back to this level, or if it comes back on a Monday, comes back to this level here, then go back up again, then that's beautiful. Because definitely I told you guys about the efficiency above, it needs to be covered. So you can catch a nice bullish trade from here at this level. But remember, as long as the market is below the point of interest, buyers are still not in control. But if the market is above, buyers are in control. Look, this thing applies beautifully here on the 4-hour too. Why? Because it clearly shows you how many touches, right? You can see we have the first touch here, then we have the second touch at this level. You can see every time it touches this level, it goes back up, right? You can see even around this level here, we might call this a touch. Then we have the fourth touch, the second touch, sorry. Then we have the third touch around this level here. Then we have the fourth touch that was formed on a Friday around this level. Still, it hasn't breached any zone, because if you zoom in perfectly, you look at the resistance zone around this level here. Look, the candlesticks didn't close that level, didn't close above that 4,871. If the market can close above that level there, then it's a complete and straight break of structure. We'll see a continuation towards the upside. But what's giving me confidence that this asset has potential to go back up is because we already broke this structure and now we have our current pullback. So there's a higher possibility that it might just drop a little bit down, go back up and continue covering the gap above that we spoke about earlier. So this is what I'm looking at on gold. Nothing much, nothing less. I hope my analysis were clear and straightforward. If you have any question, please leave a comment, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video, and thank you for watching. Peace.